few simple movements can turn around everything for you, make you feel so much better. Good. And now we're just going to shrug all the way up to the ears and then drop all the way down. Make the arms heavy. Pull those fingertips to the earth. Hugging up as high as you can. Lower down. Using the lat muscles under the armpits to pull your arms down. Up. And now we're going to drop. And again, squeeze it up. Exhale, drop. One more time, squeeze it up. And down. Good, shake it out. All right, let's come to all fours. So if you need to have some padding under your knees, you can always double fold your mat, and really don't be shy. You know, there's no need when you're newly postpartum to, tough things out. I think in this stage, comfort is key. So we're just going to start with some cat and cow. By the way, if your wrists hurt and you've got some dumbbells at home, you can always grab onto the dumbbells, and then it will put your wrists in this position instead of this position. And it can be quite a bit more comfortable. You can also just make fists, and you can always do the exercise on fists if your wrists are hurting. All right. Otherwise, you're just in a normal all fours position. We're going to inhale and we're going to arch up. And then I also want you to think about squeezing those shoulder blades together like you did before, crushing that can of Coke. Good. And then retract the shoulders. Cat, angry cat position. Retract. Pull the spine up towards the ceiling. Stretch the back of the neck. Take your time. Look at your navel. Lengthen the neck like we did in the beginning. And again, cow tilt. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Look up. Open the heart. Drop the chest forward. Angry cat. Good. Hold it there. One more time through neutral spine. Cow pose. Retract the shoulders. Push the chest forward. Old cat. Lengthen the back of the neck. And come to neutral. All right, from here, you're just going to open the knees a little wider, bring the toes together to touch, and lean back into a child's pose. Good. So I really want you to lengthen the arms forward. Feel a stretch by the armpits. You can place your forehead down on the mat or your chin forward, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And I want you to think about stretching your fingertips far from your coccyx. Hold it there. And rolling yourself back into your all fours position. Good. And then we're just going to thread the needle. So again, knees are nice and wide. Feet can come together. You're going to lift your right arm up to the sky. Hold it open. And then you're just going to thread it underneath the left arm. You can extend that left arm up towards the top of the mat and just push away from you. And the more you push the floor away from you, the more of a twist you get in that upper back. Just enjoy the yummy stretch. And then come back up, thumbs together, lifting left arm up this time. Open the shoulders, open the rib, and then twist down. Readjust top hand. You can stretch it up on the mat in front of you. Lengthen it, push the floor away from you, and find a nice deep twist. Good. This is also a great stretch to do, post-workout, or just on a day where maybe you're having an active rest day, you don't want to train, but you just want to move your body and kind of work things out. Just some nice easy stretches. All right, we're going to come into a seated position. So I want you to just have your knees together. You're going to take your right arm back behind you, bend the elbow, cross it in front of left elbow in front of right knee, and gentle spine twist. Keep the knees squeezing together. You're trying to bring your knees and your elbow to squeeze together. So actively press your knees against your elbow and your elbow against your knees, and look all the way back behind you. And then switch sides. Get the spine nice and long. Left hand behind you, right elbow in front. Inhale, make the spine tall. Exhale, twist. Knees push into the elbow, elbow into the knees. Try and look all the way back behind you. Really feel into that twist, like you're wringing out your spine and slowly coming back. All right. So again, if you have sensitive knees, then you can fold your mat the other way. So right side in, bringing the left foot forward. We're just going to sink into a nice deep lunge. If you want, you can always have some yoga blocks next to you. If this feels like too intense, you don't want to just drop down into it, you can always have your yoga blocks. Otherwise, just pressing your hand into your thigh. I like to think about dragging my knee away from my torso and just sink down and just find your nice deep lunge. It helps to squeeze the glute really hard at the back. And think about rolling your body forwards and slightly back, opening the chest. We're not doing a back bend. We just want to get as much length here in the front of the body, especially in this hip area and psoas and abdominals as we can. If you've had a Caesar, just be careful. You can always stay forward if it's pulling on your scar. Good. Otherwise, we're trying to send our knee away from our heel. Good. I'm going to take my left hand and place it down on the floor onto a yoga block and reach my right hand up and over for a gentle side bend, just to get more into that hip and that psoas. Good. And then hands come down. We're going to lean the other way so hips come back. You can keep a generous bend in the front leg. You can also be up on your yoga blocks. All right. And you can just start to kind of bring your body down, or you can keep it up and see if you can maybe straighten the front leg. Very gentle. We're not doing anything crazy. You want to try and keep those hips square. So you want to try and pull the left hip back into its socket. Lengthen the spine as much as you can. You can play around with rolling the pinky down and then the big toe down. All right, just working into that hip joint. You can cat and cow the spine. And if you need to keep a nice deep bend as you cat and cow the spine because it's a bit too intense in the hamstring, that's fine. And then we're just going to go ahead and switch sides. Okay. So get your yoga blocks if you need them. And just finding your nice deep lunge with the right leg in front. Good. Trying to extend right heel away from left knee. Make it long, pushing my right knee away from me, curling my body like a wave, forward, up, and maybe a touch back, but not too much. Suck up the belly button, lengthen abdominal muscles, long neck, and then right hand comes down to the floor, and I'm just going to side bend over to the right. If you need to be up on your yoga block, and you do that, and we're just holding it there. Try to take tension out of the legs. So as much as you're pulling them apart, when they're enough apart, let go and just relax into the stretch. Just feel your body melt and soften as you get into all those little nooks and crannies that have been so balled up tight with tension. Imagine it's like a dry wasteland, and as you open, the water comes rushing in to lubricate everything. Good, and then come back to center, push breath. So you decide if you want to micro bend in the front leg, cat and cow the spine. Right, just square the hips, right hip back into right socket. Maybe you can straighten the right leg. Maybe you windscreen wiper the foot, making sure to initiate the movement at the hip, not at the knee. Good. See if you can lengthen just a bit more. All right, so now we're going to lie down, but we're going to do it carefully. You're going to come to your side, lying down onto your side body, and then rolling back. So you never want to crunch your way up and down after you've just given birth. It's not good for the abdominals. All right, so you just want your legs bent, and I just want you to rock the pelvis. So we're going to arch, and then we're going to tuck and round. Nice and slow. Hold each position back in the stomach. So if you are newly postpartum, make sure you do a lot of exercises that re-engage the deep transverse abdominals. That's going to help you close any abdominal separation that you might have and just restore your core and pelvic floor. So no crunches, sit-ups, planks, anything like that, until you have restored your core with some deep transverse abdominal work. Good. Last one. Arch and curl, and then back to neutral. You're going to extend the left leg along the mat. You're going to bring the right leg up, and you're going to go into like an upside down pigeon. So we're trying to bend and take our right knee open. It's almost like a figure 4 shape. If it's too much, you can bend the left leg. You can even bring the left leg up to support, and you can be in this kind of figure 4 shape. I like to push my elbow against my knee if I'm doing this. Alternatively, if you want a bit more and you are feeling quite open, you're trying to put your foot into your elbow crease and then wrapping your other arm around your leg, and we're just gently rocking from side to side in an upside down pigeon, stretching out the glutes, getting into the hips. And then maybe you really bring that leg close to your body and away, close and away. Good, hold there. And then just bring that knee into the chest and then roll it over for a spine twist. So I've got my right knee on top, rolling over to the left. You can also turn and look your head towards your right shoulder and just kind of relax here. Let the body find its own final resting position. Release. Not working too hard. Just finding a gentle twist to release everything. And then back up to center. Squeeze that knee in. Good. And then change. So depending on what you did before, if you want to do a figure 4 shape, reach the hands through and then press the elbow against the knee. You can do that. You can have the foot down on the ground, or you can lengthen it. And then you can just bring the foot into a pigeon pose, or if you want, you can try and place the sole of the foot into the elbow crease, wrap the arm around the thigh, then just rolling from side to side. And this side is definitely tighter for me, so my roll is not looking like much at the moment. But you can just kind of rock that leg from side to side, and then maybe you hug it in and release. Hug it in and release. Good. Last time, and then bend that knee into the chest, squeeze it in, and then spine twist. Drop the knee over to the right side, look to the left,
And just find a soft, still moment here to release all the muscles. Not putting too much pressure on yourself to have a perfect practice or a perfect workout. Just kind of giving your body some much needed attention in these early days is enough. Deep breaths, slow breaths.